ladies and gentlemen, I cannot think of a human being, okay, that knows more details about the current regime came to power with the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and they continued on with the cover-up of 9/11 and Dick Cheney and all the details. Dick Cheney and George Bush. George Bush bombed Iraq, and then Dick Cheney made trillions of dollars fixing it. Same thing is happening in Ukraine right now. Okay? Same thing. They couldn't care less about the number of people that die. They care about the billions of dollars that they make. That's why Dick Cheney wants Kamala Harris, because Dick Cheney and Halliburton and BlackRock are going to be involved in fixing Ukraine. They stand to make trillions of dollars, all of them, bombing the crap out of Ukraine. President Trump did not bomb Ukraine. Ukraine would have never happened. Russia would have never invaded Ukraine because President Trump isn't about making money like Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney. The billions and billions of dollars that they make cleaning up the bombings, okay? He's not about that, okay? So I want you to know, John Brennan, if I see John Brennan personally, I'd love to see him right out in front. If I see him personally, I want to see him at the front door of Fort Washington, Maryland, that bastard. I will take care of business myself. If Kamala Harris if the election is stolen and it's done through what was basically what he hijacked, and that was the technology to go get bad guys from 9/11. He hijacked it, and he's now weaponized it against the American people. I want you to pay attention to what we're suffering through still since 9/11. Here it is. John Brennan allowed the 9/11 hijackers. ABC News reported it. Let the 9/11 hijackers in. This John Brennan.
Fortune to travel the world, and as part of that experience, to learn about the goodness and beauty of Islam. As a college student in the 1970s, I spent a summer traveling through Indonesia, taking in the wonderful landscape, culture, and people of JFK, to live in peace and security. And during a 25-year career in government, I was privileged to serve in positions across the Middle East, as a political officer with the State Department and as a CIA station chief in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, I saw how our Saudi partners fulfilled their duty as custodian of the two holy mosques of Mecca and Medina. I marveled at the majesty of the Hajj and the devotion of those who fulfilled their duty as Muslims by making that pilgrimage. And in all my travels, the city I have come to love most is Al-Quds, Jerusalem. Faiths come together. So much attention is paid to the divisions in that wonderful city. لكن ممكن إن شاء الله سوف أدرس عربية مرة تانية إن شاء الله.
I will shove my fist down his throat if he says that anywhere near me.
Afwan.
In a second, that looks like a good-sized plane came in and hit the World Trade Center from the other side. So this is obviously...
Ladies and gentlemen, on this 9/11, we cannot honor the fallen unless we highlight what ABC News reported, that John Brennan allowed the 9/11 hijackers through his CIA station. John Brennan did. John Brennan allowed this right here to take place with his little Inshallah Aloha snack bar global Islamic terrorist speak.
It seemed to be, and again, I'm dealing in speculation, but it would seem like there is a concerted attack against one of the towers of the World Trade.
That flight attendants had been injured or killed.
Viewers across the country watch in astonishment as a jetliner flies right into the second Trade Center tower. In Sarasota, Florida, President Bush calls the crashes an apparent terrorist attack.
Eastern tower of the World Trade Center.
I'm wondering if Jennifer Oberstein is still on the phone. Do we still have Jennifer on the phone? She's actually not on the phone because she was near a police officer. At least we could have perhaps...
Holy Holy my God! Oh my God! Jesus!
Whoa, shit!
Oh my God!
What the f*** is that?
I don't know.
We're bombing it. Holy
Sorry about the language.
No, we're not. Anybody has a problem with that language on 9/11, you're sick. The Lord dropped an F-bomb on that day. Sick. 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 Sick people.
Purposefully into, oh my goodness.
Oh God.
There's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
This seems to be on
Check 1, 2.
Oh my
check,
goodness.
check, check.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay right there. We're going to cut to a break, and I'm going to bring my guest on after we finish playing
knowing
this.
how well populated that building is at that. There's
6 and injured more than 1,000 others. Do you know whether or not the FBI had received any
directly, perhaps purposely.
Holy cow! What happened? Another plane just hit!
Oh my God.
Another plane just hit!
Realize the full enormity of what was happening, nor could they know the implications of it. They certainly didn't realize the twin towers of the World Trade Center were now completely doomed.
I've got it all.
By now, many hundreds of people must already have been dead, and the
Taking a look. Oh my God!
And I saw what millions of Americans saw.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll conclude this hour on the following thought. That incident right there began the global war on terror. Prior to that, individuals within the Project for the New American Century said that we needed that in order to bring in the New World Order. And that was led by Robert Kagan, senior fellow for the Brookings Institute, who his wife, Victoria Nuland, is still perpetrating war in the global war on behalf of these globalists. They came to power with the assassination of John F. Kennedy. They enriched themselves grossly, even to this day, on 9/11. We cannot honor the fallen without calling out the perpetrators of the greatest crimes in the history of humanity. John Brennan, James Comey. James Comey's FBI and Robert Mueller's FBI escorted when the planes were shut down, the FAA shut down air traffic. The FBI escorted the bin Laden family out of the country, a number of whom were on the terror watch list. The FBI did that. Robert Mueller's FBI. John Brennan is running the most sophisticated surveillance technology that came to fruition after 9/11, and he's running it to this day out of Fort Washington, Maryland, and using it against the American people. Anybody that allows this regime to continue to operate, the front face of which is Kamala Harris, is not doing a very honorable thing for the fallen. Millions of people have died. These people have enriched themselves. Casting a vote for Kamala Harris is casting a vote for the regime that perpetrated these crimes right here.
In 1776, the founders of this nation gave us something that had never existed before: a government by the people. We've had our ups and downs, learned and grew, and bled for freedom. Over time, we, the people, became distracted by the success that our hard-fought freedoms brought us, and bad people saw an opportunity. As we traded our birthright for cheap entertainment, our rights, our voice, and our power has been whittled away. Until now. Introducing Republic, an entirely new kind of social media. Republic focuses on local, giving activists, organizations, candidates, and small businesses the power to inform, organize, and act, all in a single place, enabling you to be the local hero your community desperately needs. No more covering up the truth. No more advertising-funded news. No more data mining. This is how we rebuild, rekindle, and restore our republic.
My fellow American patriots, I'm Colonel Douglas McGregor. By now, we should all know that as a talk show host, Pete Santilli has been fighting to defend our constitutional republic for over 13 years. As a U.S. Marine whose oath never expires, he's now calling upon you to do your part, to inform your community and step up as an American hero to help save our republic from being overtaken by communism. Join today and save 33% off your membership. Join now. Visit republic.us/Santilli. That's republic.us/Santilli.